everyone. I hope that you were ready for a twofer today. A lot of this is my fault, but some of it isn't, but it's fine. Before we get started, I just, of course, as usual, want to give a shout out and a thank you to the mods. Thank you so much to my patrons. Thank you to the channel members. And thank you to everyone here who is watching live. And a special thank you to all of you watching it on the replay, because I know watching lives on replay isn't always everyone's cup of tea, but I promise we're not going to drone on for 75 years. And by we, I mean my wonderful guest, Millie. Am I doing the hands the right way? Yay.
Yes. Which way is right?
No, I know I have a webcam, so it's backwards on a webcam, but on a real camera, it wouldn't be. It's like,
so yeah, awkward. That's true. I'm on my phone, so I think mine is backwards too.
I hate that.
I know. Can it just be normal?
I know, because you feel like awkward. I'm like, because normally I would just go like this, and I'm like, that's the wrong. Okay, well now I have to go with Diff. This is Millie.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
For those of y'all that do not know Millie,
high five.
What are you doing with your lives? Wait, hold on. Wait, how do I? Wait. I can't do it. I can't figure out which way to turn my hand. Wait, is it like every way I turn it is wrong? Wait. Literally every way that I turn my hand is the wrong way. I'm like, how did you do that? What kind of magic? Like, I can't. So, thank you. Let's say quick hellos to some of y'all in here. Hi, Ruby, Sharon, Super Bad, 93 Rent is here. Amber's here. Amber, I saw you this morning or afternoon, whatever it was. I don't know about time anymore. And Betsy is here, Cecily, Maisha's here, Sharon. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the compliments on our eye looks. Febby came in. Oh my god. So yeah, y'all definitely need to subscribe. I know that you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know her yet. If you don't know her yet, and it's like, well, just do it. But anyway, information for Instagram and the channel is below, so please do check out Millie. Yeah. And Millie was kind enough to come to me and said, hey, I have an idea for things. And I said, you do? And they said, yes. And we are here today talking about our 5 best and our 5 worst purchases of the year. That is actually very stressful for me. And I did cheat. I'm just going to tell you up front, I cheated.
I kind of did too, so.
Well, you go ahead and go first since you are the guest. Are we going to start with worst or best?
Let's end on a good note. So let's start with the worst.
Okay, go for it.
Mine were kind of easy, at least the first 3, because 2 out of the 3 I haven't received yet. So therefore, they're the worst purchases because I haven't even received them. Do you want to go like one by one? Like I say one bad one and you say one bad one. Okay. Yeah. So my first one that I haven't received yet is the Lunar Skies cake palette.
Oh shit! I have been seeing about that.
Yep. So I bought it. I believe it was August 10th or something like that. And they just kept getting delayed. And I think their error was that they had basically never closed the pre-order. So they kind of screwed themselves over. But it's just, it's very, like, I try to be, like, I love my indie brands. But and I try to be as understanding as possible. But the owner was, like, a month ago, was going on Twitter and on Instagram, was like, hey, I can't do refunds anymore, because I don't have money to pay for my groceries. There's like nothing to refund. I don't have anything to refund you with. And she went live and everything. And then like 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden they're selling crystals. And I'm like, so wait, you had money to buy crystals to resell? So are you like, they're trying to make money back? And now they're like, I guess they're rebranding to only sell crystals because they're like, it says something about the beauty community being like bad, or they're just like over it. And I'm like, but it's your own fault. Like,
what? I didn't realize it had gone like that intense. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah. Happy solstice as well. Blessed be and merry meet, everyone. Everybody in here is just like talk about. I saw this unfolding on Twitter, actually.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think to me, without having been a part of that situation, here is my issue is you're like, I didn't have food, so I used the money that y'all sent to buy product for food. And then I just launched crystals and never, so like just took your money.
Yeah, and some people are saying like that they think they so apparently they have them officially on the way from China to them. So they're like we should be getting them like December 31st. So we're gonna start shipping January 2nd, and people are like, I don't think they're even going to ship them out. Like people genuinely think we'll never get them. Like that the owner's just saying that, and we're never gonna get them. So I don't know, but I'm at a point where like I don't even want it. And if I do get it, I'm just going to sell it on like Mercari because I just don't want anything to do with it. And I'm not going to obviously feature it on my channel, and they're not going to be a brand anymore. So I'm stuck because I'm pretty sure I couldn't have used PayPal. And so I don't know if I can go that far back in my bank account to dispute it because it's from August. So yeah, that's why it's the worst purchase. I still don't even have it in my hands.
That will not, I will never top that at all because like I feel like my first one is like, and I'm not gonna, well, maybe, no, there was a brand that I bought singles from that had them priced as though they were handmade. Yeah, they were not. I think I got like 4 shadows. 2 of them were like multi-chromes.
Wait, I have them here too.
Ah, yes.
I was wondering if you were going to put them in your worst purchases.
Yes, because, okay, here, I'm going to grab it. Here's the thing. I've already, like, I barely used one because I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to use them because I'm annoyed and I may as well. And it's very pretty, but I've like already kind of barely touched pan on it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
When I tell y'all that it was like 4 or 5 shadows, I feel like it was 5 shadows maybe. And it was like 75 doll hairs. 75.
Yeah, you can see how thin it is.
Oh, I think
yeah,
I got
so
the
I
same
completely
one.
like I have so much like what would I call it? Basically, me and the owner do not get along.
Yes.
Because when I DM'd her and I was like, hey, I don't think these are handmade. And she was just like, yes, honey, they are. It's just us 2 pressing them over here. And I was just like, okay, thanks for calling me honey. First of all, I hate that. But these are not handmade. I would actually be careful using them on your eyes because I have seen them like on Alibaba and stuff, excuse me, and they're being marketed for nails. So I don't even know if these are eye safe. They might not be.
Yeah, I was extremely upset. Like, I'm just not going to, because I didn't do the investigatory work, which is why I was like, I'm not going to name them by name. Oh. But it was just very like, I think what is upsetting is having spent that much money and then it's just like, no. And the thing is, if you go look inside them, this is why this is like the dark side of single shadows and indie makeup. So I almost threw this on the ground. But if you like look at it, because here's the thing about when people press it, you can actually see like when it's actually pressed. And I don't know how much of this y'all can see, but when when people are hand pressing it, you can tell, like a lot of times the product is often like coming out over the top of it. And like, you can also see where they kind of like use something like a device or something to kind of slide off like the top and all of this stuff. So you don't see this. And what was upsetting is like mine was coming in the mail when you sent that. And I was like, the fuck? And then I got it and I was like, girl, show you right. Like,
were you able to get a refund?
No.
Was it through? It was through Etsy, right? So there was like a whole thing where I messaged them and I was like, hey, first of all, these feel dry AF. These are not silky like you described them to. Like you could You could hear, like, I
Yeah.
sent a video to one of my friends. I was like, this sounds like sandpaper. And also, and then the next morning I woke up and I was like, I'm going to take the pan out. I just felt like this strong drive to take the pan out.
Yeah.
This is how thin the pan is.
Yes. And that's the thing, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen all of our singles. All of us have our singles, and we're talking about. Like, there's no way that like, especially if that's even for eyes, right? So look at these versus what like she pulled up. Like, if you're looking at just like the size of the width, I'm afraid to pull it out while it's up because I know I'm gonna fling it on the ground by accident. But if you just like look at the width of these and your singles versus like that quarter that you just held up.
Yeah. If that. Honestly, it's like 1 millimeter tall.
I know. So it's like, it was such a horrible thing to go through, and it was very annoying because they looked really pretty and fun and exciting. And then like the other thing that will really get you is the staining. Because as many fun, funky colors and shades as I have, when it comes to my duo and multi-chromes, they don't stain my eyes. They don't stain my hand. Like, these stain.
It's not good.
And I was like, I was like, I feel concerned about this. And I never put them back on my eyes again. No. I did it one time because I was like, fuck it. And then that's what, like, later I found out about the whole nails, like they're supposed to be for nails. And I was like, oh shit. So I was like, don't put that back on your eye. And I just didn't. Like, I didn't have a reaction or anything, but I just really wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah, definitely not. So someone's asking, is it safe to buy makeup on Etsy? Yes, usually. Yes. This was probably from my experience, and I've ordered a lot of indie makeup, this was one of my worst experiences as well, which is not as common. For some reason, 2020 though, this just seemed to keep happening to me. Yeah. But what I did was I actually, there's a rule on Etsy that you can't sell things that are not handmade and are made like factory made or something like that. It's basically private labeled. So what I did was I filed what is it called? I filed like a suit or something on Etsy. I forget exactly what it was called. And under that they're not real, and I send them pictures and everything. And so because they were like, they told me that they weren't going to refund me because they're like, well, it's open, so it's not hygienic, so we can't, like, you would have to send them back, but you can't because they're already used. Or they're touched. And I was like, okay, but this is not what you promised. I know. So anyways, so that on Etsy, they ended up refunding me within a day because I know they probably knew they would get into trouble with Etsy. And then it just so happened that right after this happened, they updated the listings on all of these eyeshadows, and they were like, don't take them out of the pans because they might break. Yes. And I'm like, no, you don't want people to take them out of the pans because you don't want to see how much they got scammed.
Yes, because if y'all are looking, like, when you're seeing this bubble packaging is meant to disguise like the half a millimeter that you're getting. You're like, oh, I was very upset. I was just like, this is not a good day. You know, I was just, it was very upsetting for me. And I was pissed. But like, here's the thing. This is like, I will always say this because I love independent, makeup. And I will always say, like, there's a risk with everything. There's even a risk with regular ass brands. But like, the good news is we have so many people in the community like you and Amy that we can kind of like message, be like, hey, how you doing? Hope you don't mind me climbing into your DMs, but like, I had a question about this brand, because there's always these brands where I get really excited, and then I just kind of like, I think I've gotten into this thing where if I notice that it's like a weird website, I just kind of like look and keep my eye on it and like watch other people buy things before I buy anything. Because that was a horrifying experience. And I was just like, and like I said, that was the other thing that kind of freaked me out, was just like the staining, because even my JD Glow, like my blue ones, the sapphires, even those don't stain. And I was just like, this is uncommon.
I don't think I've ever had a multi-chrome stain either.
Thank you. Like,
Yeah.
didn't it, like, I was just like, this doesn't seem like, because I put it on my hand, and even now I can still see like the tracer line of it, and I'm like, I wiped this off, and it's just weird to me because like I will do that with my other multi-chromes, and what I'm left with like is like the glitter shine, but like I don't still see like the streak, and I'm like, don't put this on your eyes, kids.
For sure. I'm definitely going to be more careful in 2021 is something I've learned this year is just not to jump on it. But the thing is, I just love indie makeup, that it's just really hard. And I want to be like, yes, I want to like support this new brand. It's new and exciting.
Yes. Plus, it's like, I don't know. The other side of it too is I feel like it's really important for small beauty YouTubers to be supporting indie makeup and indie brands, because I mean, even though they're gonna like smite us in the end, but like they'll like take all the love they can get until someone who has 100,000 subscribers like, oh my god, have you guys heard of this brand? And we're like, yeah, we're all just down here like,
I know.
But I like to support them because that's a lot of work. And a lot of people don't realize that some of these folks don't even just do this, like make indie makeup. Like that is like one of the things. And they have all these other jobs keeping them afloat so they can keep making makeup. So like anything that I can do to help them be able to do that full time, I'm gonna do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I just saw a comment from Daisy. Will thou spare a crumb of the product name perchance? So it's the brand. It's Notice, NOTYSCE. Let me say CE. Notice with a Y.
Yeah.
They have a website. That was the other thing is they like shut down their Etsy because they got bad reviews, and so they shut down the Etsy, and then they were like, oh, we're going to be making a website now, so it's easier for us. I'm like, yeah, so you can control who's reviewing and saying what.
And then they went back to Etsy and they just significantly, drastically reduced the prices of everything.
Yeah, we paid $20 a pop for those, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yes, I feel like it was like $17.50 or some shit for each one of these. Very intense. So I was just like, no. Ooh, yay, Deja. Deja's Terra Moons came today. I have a little Terra Moons on today.
Ooh, I have Terra Moons to talk about. Oh, no, spoiler. No.
I'm like, don't worry. Next bad thing. Because we both had the same two worst products.
Yeah.
So what's the next one that you have?
The next one I have is actually no. Let me just get all the ones that I don't even have. So the third one for me is another one I don't have yet, and I bought that palette from Seoula. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. SEOUELLE or something like that. They did some witching hour. I believe it was called witching hour. It was really nice, like grungy story. The packaging looked like J Stars packaging. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like that's kind of cool that like it made that packaging made more sense with this color story and the theme. And I thought that was interesting. So I jumped on it. Well, they failed to mention that these wouldn't ship out until January. And this was like 2 months ago now I've ordered it. And so they like sent an email. And meanwhile, I'm commenting. Someone responded to my comment. I was like, they're a scam company. They did this last year and nobody ever got their palettes. I would file like a claim with your bank like right now. So I did, and I got my money back through my bank. But meanwhile, this is happening. They sent out that email that, oh, we forgot to mention that this is a pre-order. I'm like, what? Excuse me? And meanwhile, the owner is like posting on IG stories and everything and like packing an order. I'm like, to who? Because nobody's getting anything until January. And then I guess someone told me that they said like that, oh, we're open, like we're responding to emails and DMs. I'm like, no, I sent an email. I sent multiple DMs and nobody ever responded to me. So
yeah, I don't care if it is actually a pre-order at this point. Like you've not done a very good job of communicating to me what's going to happen. So
just seems like a scam. So I'm just glad my bank was like, yeah, take the money.
Yeah, I've done that. I think because at the time between when I ordered these versus when I found everything out, it was like, I don't know. It was a mess. I was just like, I just sat there angrily like, well, you know what? You can't be a bitter bitch all day. Just let it go. Well, like, I bought the, like, quite possibly the most hideous foundation that I have ever purchased in my life. And it was, as I like to say, I know it's JEWLERY, but I like to call them JEWER, like I'm from the country. I got that JEWER Essential High Coverage Foundation Cream. When I tell y'all, like, it's like a shellac on your face, no matter how little of it that you use, first of all. You can't really like make facial expressions because if you do, the foundation will crack in every line. Like, don't smile. Like, once you have it on, whatever facial expression you have on, when you put this makeup on, even if it's this, you're gonna have to keep that all day. Because the second you change it, it's gonna be like crack, 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 crack. It is like the heaviest foundation. And like, and often, you know, I was a very full coverage bitch for a long time. And I still like to have like really good coverage. But like, that was so thick. And no matter what I did, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use like the smallest, like teeniest, like I'm gonna use like not even a raindrop. I'm gonna use a mist of the, and it was like, and I was just like, this was like, oh, and the coloration would like, it would turn significantly lighter on your skin. It would like oxidize so bad that you were just sitting there like, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Like,
Wow.
It felt like an affront to my personage. And I was mad. Like, I was legitimately upset, just like, this is the worst foundation I've ever put on my face. I couldn't even review it because I kept thinking that I was doing something wrong with it, even though I'm like I'm a base bitch, you know, like that's my thing. But when I tell you, like, I could not, I was like, well, better not sneeze or my whole face is gonna crack off. Like,
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
don't, whatever you do not buy that foundation.
Good to know.
Not only will you be covered in like just the highest of creme, but also you can't even wash it off well. It doesn't even wash off well.
Oh,
like I double cleansed. I couldn't even double cleanse it well. Like, it was like, no. Yeah, Irene was like, sure, don't look like it makes products for me, and sounds like I was right in thinking that. And you. I'm looking at people just over here, the Southern accent. You're.
I don't think I've tried many things from that brand. It's just like an brand to me.
It really is. It was when I was like on my foundation journey where it was just like, I'm going to try all the foundations. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not trying the Gucci one either. I decided against that after I watched Teresa's video. I was like, you know what? Because it looked dry going on her skin. And I was like, I may be able to make many a foundation work, but it looks painful to put on.
Yeah, it looked like it applied the way that the Rare Beauty foundation applies on me, and I have an oily T-zone, and the rest of my face is like normal, but sometimes I will get a little dry here, just like it's like oily, but it's still dry. When I put on the Rare Beauty, I'll see dry patches I didn't know I had. Like, it's so bad. I gave it to my mom because I was just like, I don't like this. You take it.
You're like, it's terrible, like, okay. And you should have it.
She gets excited when I give her any makeup. So she's like, you're like a shopping store. I'll just go over to your house and you'll give me something.
My mom's doing that to me. That's what she wants for her birthday, is for me to like do her makeups. So I'm really excited about doing that.
Yeah.
I think we'll see. I'm like, because it's been so long since I put like makeup on another person that I'm like, oh, geez.
It's a whole
I
different
remember.
experience.
I know, because I'm like, oh, your eyes don't do the same thing my eyes do. How do I make this? How do I make this work on my face? Like, so what are we at 3?
Yes.
Now you have your 4th product, right?
Okay, the next one is this Milk Makeup Kush Brow pen.
Oh no.
And I don't know why I went like this, just showing the cap. It's one of the ones that has the little prongs on it.
Oh, okay.
And it's like $20-something. Makeup Revolution actually has the same exact thing, but for like $9. And this shade is, it's the shade that really bothers me about this. I forget what it was called. I think it was called like taupe or something. It was supposed to be for platinum blonde. It's literally orange. Like, it's straight up orange, and it's so warm. I don't the light's not gonna show it, but it's really warm, and it just looks like I put like orange stripes through my eyebrow hairs, because my eyebrow hairs are pretty cool toned just naturally. And so I hate this thing. It was such a waste of money. And also, this thing, like I said, I did like a video on like of comparing a bunch of eyebrow pens. This thing looks exactly like the one from Makeup Revolution for half the price. So there's clearly like some bunch of factories that just make these, and then brands just like slap their whatever and do what shades they want, which is fine, but it's just like, at least do a better job of shades than like for $20-something. I don't want this to be orange when you're showing it to be cool toned online.
Yeah, because like I'm not super particular about my brows, because I don't have enough hair, and I'm not going to draw the hairs. I am so sorry. I don't care enough. I just don't. I'm 40 years old. I am going through, like, I'm starting the process of menopause, and I don't want to draw eyebrow hairs on my face. That is for young people. That is for young people. My old ass is just gonna be like, and I drew a brow on, and I don't care if it looks natural or not, because everybody will say that. They're just like, well, like, it makes you look like a natural brow. I'm like, it's not a natural brow. I don't have any natural brows. I don't have hairs. Like, I have a bunch of hair right here, and there's no hair on this side. None. Why do I care? And all the products that they make for that are supposed to stick to hairs to like help you out. And I'm like, well, I don't have enough hairs for sticking. So that sounded weird now that I reheard that. But and Peppy said blonde brow products are a scam.
Not really, though. I do have the Urban Decay Brow Blade. I think it's called Brow Blade, and I have the shade, oh my god, I can't remember. It's like a double-ended one. I don't ever use the pencil side, but I always use the pen side, and it's amazing, and it's a perfect shade for me. It's perfect. So not always, and that one is more expensive, but I've had it for more than a year, and it hasn't dried out at all. So like, I have things I like, and I know which shade is good for me, and this was not.
Yeah. Yeah, this is me. I'm living forever and ever, amen. I'm gonna live forever with this, like, as long as they make it, the Milani Stay Put Dark Brown brow pomade pencil. It's very nice. I like it. It's easy to use, and if I want to brush out like the 17 hairs, then I can, and be like, look, I got bushy brows, y'all. So I've talked about this before. I hate this. The Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It smells so bad. It stinks. It smells like you're just spraying swamp water at your face for like no good reason. None whatsoever. And it's just because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just like stink water. It's bong water. That's what it smells like. It smells like bong water. Like, and it's like green and stuff. And it's supposed to like feel like natural. And you're like, and then when you spritz it, and I was just like, oh. No, it's supposed to smell like that. Like my nostrils, like I got like full Rob Thomas Arrow nose. If you know, you know. And and I could not handle it. I was like, oh, this is so gross. So basically, I kept it because what I use it for is like when I have like makeups and they get all over like my counter and stuff while I'm filming, like I use this to get the glitter off and stuff so I don't get like glitter all over my sleeves. So like, yeah, that is where we are.
You're still getting use out of it as well. All that counts.
Don't disrespect bong water like that. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I apologize for disrespecting bong water. Then somebody said he got. They said so. They were in trouble for undisclosed ingredients. Really?
Yeah,
I have to look into that.
There was a suit, filed lawsuit or something. I love the rose water one. That one I have like a big thing of it, and I just spray it before I put on like a serum and stuff just to moisten my skin, and I really like that one. And it's also nice just like if it's hot out like in the summer, the rare times that the 3 months out of the year that it's warm in New England and it's hot, it's like nice to just like spritz it and it doesn't feel like it's gonna like mess up your skin, you know? It's just like refreshing.
Ooh. See, I like there's one from BH that I have that does that. And it's just like a refreshing spray because I don't believe in setting spray. I'm so sorry. Like I like to spray sometimes afterwards, but I don't believe in setting spray. I feel like that is a lie that they've sold us to make us like mix your makeup last. I'm like every time someone says that, you know, the meme and the gif with the girl, and the math is like swirling around. That's what happens every time somebody says like this setting spray is fantastic, and I'm like, oh.
It's usually just a bunch of alcohol too, so no thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, who's gonna tell them? So wait, what was that? That was the fourth one?
Yes.
Okay, one more terrible purchase for the year.
So that's going to be the e.l.f. Bite Size Acai palette. It's the like purple one. I was so excited to try them. Everyone loved them. I think in general, people didn't like that one just out of the bunch. Like they liked all the others, but not this one. So of course, I happen to only like the color scheme of the one that was the worst. But I tried using it in a video. I believe it was like an e.l.f. product video. And there was a deep plum shade, and it was supposed to be kind of like a satin. It did not want to stick to my lid whatsoever. I hated it. The shimmer in it was barely a shimmer. It was kind of like I don't know. It was pathetic, basically. And I
You're like, it was pathetic.
My mom was like, I want it. I was like, okay. Well, I was like, I don't like it. And she's like, okay, I'll take it.
And see, I never got one of them. And hi, Bella, welcome. Sorry, hi, Bella 2020. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it. I never got one of those little e.l.f. palettes, but I think right around the time they came out, I was really starting to get more and more to buying singles. So I was just like, I'm gonna keep doing that. Like that's where I was. I'm like, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Honestly, better, because even though it's so cheap, it's like just because something is cheap and it's okay doesn't mean that it was worth $3. Like in retrospect, I wish I had spent those $3 on something else, like half of a single eyeshadow and an indie. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like it was really not good.
You were in this mofo, like, I really wish I hadn't spent my $3. Hold on one second, Bo. What? You are not supposed to have that, sir.
Oh.
No, sir. No. What are you doing? No.
Oh my gosh, I remember Model in a Bottle. I remember that.
So sorry.
I think I bought it. I'm pretty sure that was just like all straight up alcohol. Do you ever remember hearing of that face setting spray called Model in a Bottle?
I don't remember if I heard, because I don't think every time I tried to use a setting spray, it was like whatever people were saying to use at the time. And I would use it. And then I was like, I don't feel like this is doing anything except making my mascara run. Like, like every time I spritzed my face, I was just like, it was dry. And now it looks like I've been crying, and I haven't. Get out of your feelings, sir. Oh, and oh yeah, shit, I have one more. Where did I put it? I feel like I just lost it, but anyways, oh, because I threw it away. Haha, just kidding. It was the Tower 28 bronzer. Everybody knew that was coming. You knew it was coming. It's my worst purchase. One of my worst purchases. I'm going to be bitter until the end of time. Let me have it. Because here was the thing. Everybody was raving, and you know, I don't normally mess with cream products because I have very oily skin. And I will, on occasion, like I like my Ritual Defy highlighters and things like that, like things that are going to be more topical that aren't like my whole face. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. I got the darkest shade of the two shades of bronzer, and it wasn't even like a highlighter. Like I couldn't use it for anything, and I was just like. And obviously, like that's at the height of the parabola. So, like being at the height of the pancake, as Emily likes to say, being at the very top of this pancake, I couldn't return it. So it was just like I was just stuck with this, like, and then in rage, I threw it away. I just threw it in the trash. I was so angry because it's my own fault because I bought into the hype, but also two shades, and it wasn't even dark enough. It was like, if you were tan, that like, and essentially, both to me, I looked at those and I felt like those bronzers were like, if you are tan, like it doesn't matter. If you were tan, both of these will work for you. If you are anything other than tan, like if you are very pale, it's a no. It's a no. It just looked very much like it just wasn't my cuppa, and then it just soured me, and so I was just like, I'm throwing it away. So I was very upset because I couldn't get it to work, and at first I just kept thinking that like I was messing up, and so I kept using more and more, and I was like, no, it's not me. It is this bronzer. I'm done with it. And we all know I changed my mind about the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, so like, you know, I will work with something. And it just wouldn't work. And that was like the last awful thing, like my 5th worst purchase of the year. Those were in no particular order, by the way.
Yeah.
So then we're ending on a high note.
Yes. So one of my favorite things, cream product. I was just going to mention, since you mentioned the oily skin and the blushes, maybe the e.l.f. putty blushes. I have like 5 of them. I did like a video on them, and they're like a little, they're not shiny, they're not dewy, so I feel like they're more friendly for oily skin tones. Skin types I meant. But on the note of cream blushes, one of my best purchases is all of these Fenty cream blushes. I love these so much, and they have so many shades, and they have the 2 really cool shades, the purple one, which is just so awesome. A purple blush, yes, please. And then this yellow one, which does, you know, look a little off on me, but I do like to mix it with some of the other shades too. So just kind of like layer them. And I just think it's so cool. This one has a little bit of a shimmer in them. They're pigmented but buildable. So you can easily, if you go in too much, you can easily blend them out and build them up. They don't disturb my foundation. They last pretty long. I just really love them so much, and that there's so many shades of these, and I love the formula. I know some people were saying they didn't like that they were so buildable. They were basically advertised as being like, you can't mess these up, and I definitely think that's true, which is also why I like them, because I don't have to be afraid to just go in. Like with some other cream blushes I have, like the Milani, the new ones, they're so pigmented. I have to be just like tiny bit.
Yes, because I saw somebody, I feel like a couple people did that with the what Rare Beauty, the Rare Beauty
Those
cream
two,
blush.
yes, those are good.
I feel like a lot of people were running into that with them, where they're like, oh, there's too much, and like and they're like hastily like trying to like get it to like not look like like shit, like oh my gosh. So like that was nerve-wracking. I like, the thing is, I think I don't mind like cream blush, cream highlight, but past that I don't like to put much cream. And it also depends on how much it dries down. Like if it dries down pretty well to where it's not sticky, I'm okay. But whenever it's sticky, because I have a tendency to like film. Bye, Celeste. I have a tendency to film and then be like, I'm tired, I'm going to take a nap. And I just don't immediately go wash my face. I just want to like lay down, and I don't like waking up with like 87 dog hairs stuck to my face. It's not cute. So then this is like a weird thing because it's not necessarily like beauty, but it's a product. It's something that I purchased, and it is this fucking Royal and Langnickel. They're like Omnia line BOM 38 complexion brush. I use this for my concealer, and it's amazeballs. Okay, here's why I like this brush so much. Like today, I forgot to put on concealer. Well, I didn't put on concealer because I was just like running around. I was like, I'll do this later. And then I was like, oh, let me get ready for our live stream. And I was like, oh, I forgot to put on my concealer. So I put the concealer on and just used this brush like while I had like my makeup on, like my eye makeup was done, like all of this stuff. And it's still like it blended well. It sets everything down. And it's easy. It's easy peasy work. And I was like, because I was always looking at all the fancy people who use like brushes for their concealer, and I was like, one day I'll be that fancy. And I didn't know how they did it because every brush that I got, I was like, I don't like this brush, I don't like this brush, I don't like this one, because all the ones they gave you that said like, oh, this is for concealer, like like some like, well, this one says highlighter, but a lot of them are shaped like this, and they're like, this is for your concealer, and I'm like, how? But this has been like just one of the most fantastic things I've gotten this year, like brush wise. Obviously, all of my other brushes, like I never feel comfortable doing a brush video because I'm like, I like this brush because it's soft and it does some things and it's easy for me to use and it goes into my eyes. I hope that I explained that well. I don't know. Are you talking about the squirrel hairs? I don't know about squirrel hair. Like, hi, Emily.
Hey, Emily. Thanks, Sharon, for linking my YouTube channel. I like how fluffy it is. I'm totally intrigued by brushes in general. Like, I'll just buy everything. I'm like, I need to try it.
Yes. I've been on this like Royal Langnickel tip for like almost all year. And I'm discovering that like I love their brushes because they have like really big and really small. And like this one is one of my favorites. Like I also got it in like the not orange shade, but I like this one because of how I apply makeup and like because I have those little wrinkles and like all this. So because I tend to like kind of paint a lot of my makeup on and like poke at it and do that, I like these kinds of brushes where I'm like poke, and then I'll blend later. So like that. I like I don't know, their brushes have been making me really happy. And I'm like, they're not too soft and they're not too hard.
And they're not too expensive, right?
They're not too expensive.
Yeah, they're very affordable.
In fact, Linda, I'm pretty sure, and I think Kelsey Rihanna might have a code, but I know Linda, if y'all are looking and I think that they're having a sale, Linda has a code and it's Glitter Fallout. And I think you get like 15% off. I'm not sure.
Someone says, I'm terrified to buy Sonia G brushes. Yeah, I have a couple of them, but I'm very picky with the eyeshadow brush shape. And I feel like while she has this whole science about how good these are for hooded eyes and whatnot, I disagree. So I like some of them, but I don't love all of them. And so I'm really particular in which ones I buy. But I've been very tempted by the face brushes, but I just don't want to deal with the washing and babying them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of where here's what I will say. If you don't mind babying the ever-loving shit out of your brush, then yes, you'll get natural hair brushes, do your thing. But I don't want to do that. And I realize that like I have my rougher brushes and I really like them, but I don't want to do all of I can't. I like being able to just kind of manhandle my brush and wash it and be like, blah, blah, and just like throw it into the side and hope that things work out. And they have, because I have brushes that I've had for years that I've like, not handled like it was my bestest friend. I haven't coddled it, cradled it, loved it. I just kind of like, oh, time to wash it. And it's only recently because of Emily that I have like some of those sleeves left. So I've been using like the sleeves and like just to
Yeah.
keep the shape of brushes, but I don't want to do all of that. And as soon as I started to realize that, I was like, I don't need to buy these super expensive brushes because I don't want to do all of that. And now that I'm like, Audra, you're too lazy for that. So I'm just sticking with synthetic because I
Yeah.
like synthetic brushes, and they're, to me, that, like, I'm not saying that they last longer or less, like, or natural hair lasts. What I don't know because I don't have both to compare at this point, but I do know you have to like be very gentle with your natural hair brushes. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah, I've ruined
I'm not.
my Wayne Goss brushes. I've ruined my Hakuhodo because I didn't know how to properly wash them until I watched Tina from the Fancy Faces watch with video, which was about like 2 months ago. So I went, after I watched that video, I went to look at my brushes and I was like, yep, there's a lot of breakage there, and it's because I didn't know how to properly wash them. Because everyone's like, use the color switch, like blah blah blah. No, do not use the color switch with natural brushes. Oh
Yeah.
no. So that was my mistake because I saw everyone doing it. No one was ever really talking about how to properly wash them. They were just like, yeah, just like use the like Sigma glove thing and just go and wash it. And so I was just washing them like any other brush, and now they're definitely like not as good in good condition as they could have been if I was babying them.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I think that's why I don't bother doing like a brush video, because I'm just over here like, here's another synthetic brush. Here's how you wash it. Like,
I know, yeah.
get all of your grossness out of it. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing with the face brushes is I just wouldn't want to keep, like, how would I wash those as frequently as I should if they're natural? Just the
yeah,
idea of getting foundation in them and stuff and having to gently wash that out, just no.
yeah, yeah.
No,
And that's the
thank
thing.
you.
Like, I'm trying to like not have. I don't want to have a science experiment brush. You know, like when they, how people will do that. They'll like take the like a piece of the brush off and put it under a microscope. And please, I wish they would stop doing that because it's really hurting my feelings. And then just like showing all the growth and bacteria. I'm like, please don't do that. I was fine until you did that. Let's
Yeah.
see. All right. So I'm not kind to my synthetics, but they can take it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
All
speaking
right.
of which, my
Ooh.
second favorite is brushes. And they're synthetic, and they have face brushes and they have eye brushes. They have just everything. These are the Spectrum brushes. Spectrum Collections is on IG, and I tried these out because I saw that they're synthetic, and I saw that they have different sizes of eye blending brushes, which is something that matters to me so much, is having smaller brushes, which is why I have up until now had mostly Wayne Goss and Hakuhodo, because they were the ones offering the smaller blending brushes versus all the other places that are selling synthetic brushes. They didn't really have such a variety. Even Sigma, not until up until like last year did they have smaller blending brushes, which I actually think these are better than Sigma, and they're more affordable. And I actually went back and I bought more when they had a 50% off sale. So I'm just going to quickly talk about some of the standouts.
Go ahead.
So basically they have a bigger and a smaller version of a brush. So we have, which way is easier? So we have this brush, which is the, don't tell me that, okay, BO7. So it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit fluffier, and then next to it right here is the B11. And so it's basically the same thing, where it's a fluffy blending brush and it's got like a rounded top, but it's smaller. So it's just so great to really get up in there into the hooded eyelid area. And I love things like that. So I prefer the smaller versions. There's another one, which of course I like couldn't find the other version. Are these the same thing? Okay, there was a smaller version of this brush, which is the B10. This one has a flat top, but I absolutely love these. That's why I have 2 of them of each now, because I went back and I bought more. So then this is the bigger size. This is the bigger version of that brush. So let me show you the comparison. So you can see
Oh,
how
okay,
much
cool.
bigger that one is.
Yeah.
And so that's like a flat top. So I love these brushes. They also have just so many other. They have a pencil brush, which to me, this one's a little bit too large and it's a little stiff.
Yeah.
But it will still do the job. And then this one I bought on a whim. This is a BO3. And I love this for concealer because also it is synthetic. So you just go like, I just go like this and it's just like effortless, so easy.
Yes.
And it spreads it really nice and just like blends it into the skin. So I love that. And then I also got these. And I don't remember, I think this is the BO5. So they have like two versions of the brushes. They have this purple to blue, and then they have this gray to white. It's the same brush. I feel like they kind of maybe look a little bit different, but I think it's just might be like a machine thing, but they're not supposed to be. But anyways, I bought these to apply cream blushes because I love this shape. This is like a perfect shape, and they're synthetic, so I love using these for blush. You could probably use them for like bronzer or contour too, but I just love the brushes. They're super affordable.
Yeah. That's so funny because like that's so if I told you like I have 5 of these. When I like a brush, I will buy like 5 to 7 of the same because I know because I use each brush one time because I'm really finicky about like messing with my eyes because I've had like numerous different eye issues. So I'm finicky about it. So once I've used it, then it's like it goes in I gotta wash it. So I have to have bunches of extras. So I have like 5 of these brushes, and the chances are I'm probably going to get like 5 more because I love this particular brush because it's a smudger, right? And this is again another Royal Langanical, but like I can get under here, and then I can also use it for here, and it just like it's very versatile and it's small. So I love that because like these that are supposed to be for eyeliner, but I typically don't use them for eyeliner. I know. I use them to like do here and like small detail work. I use them for all kinds of things like that. But because I have a very specific eyeliner brush that I prefer because it's like that one is like it's like painting and it's just like but yeah like you're just like and you look like fantastic with that brush. But if I use any other brush, I try it, I'm like I hate this brush, it's terrible, bring me back, bring me my brush, like it like nutty. Bye Nicole. Yeah, I got a family Zoom call tomorrow.
I'm gonna quickly just go close the door to my room.
No, that's fine because I was looking up to see if it started raining.
Just didn't want to be rude and completely step off.
Oh no! So people are like, it was Bethany's birthday, BT Debs. For those of y'all that don't know, happy birthday, Bethany!
Happy birthday!
And Alam said, my fave brushes are all over the place. Some stupidly expensive, some really affordable, some natural, some synthetic, some I don't even know where I got them. I have a lot of I don't know where I got them because of beauty boxes. But when I find a brush I love, yes. That's the other reason, like, I had to start buying brushes was because you get so many of them in beauty boxes. And I feel like when you are first starting out with just like trying to play with makeup and you don't know what to do with brushes yet and how you want to use them and how your preferred method of application, you're just like buying brushes willy-nilly and it's like you're confused. And then you get all these like brushes and they tell you how you're supposed to use them. And I think one of the hardest things was like, like these brushes will say on it what it's supposed to do. And you think, well, that's how I need to use it. It's like, no, you don't have to. You can use it however you want to. You don't have to do that.
So true. So true.
So, it's me. It's my turn.
Yes.
Speaking of concealer and putting on concealer, the Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Fetish. Like I hate saying this. It's like their Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I love this concealer because it's very easy to use. And you can build it if you want a lot of it for whatever reason. Like let's say you're just having one of them days, but you can use a little bit of it. You can use a lot of it. It blends out very easily. It's like part of your skin. It looks very nice. It looks very natural. And I just like this. Like out of all the concealers that I've purchased, I would say fancy end this one, obviously. And then my UOMA Beauty, I really like that one as well, the Stay Woke. But this one had to win because it's just a tad bit like lighter in formulation. It's not as thick as the UOMA Beauty one. So this one had to win.
I'm going to be finally trying that one once it ships. So I made like a, Pat McGrath is having like lipsticks for $12. I think they might still have them, some of them.
Yeah, she's been having like a sale since forever.
Like really big sale. So I added a bunch of stuff, and then they also were doing like a promotion for like if you spend like 100 or 150, you get 20 or 30% off, something like that. So I made a cart, and so my boyfriend bought it. I was like, hey, you want to give me another gift? So he ordered it. So I don't know, it might be on the way, it might not be, but that's my like Christmas gift too. So I'm finally going to be trying it because I've been hearing amazing things about it. So I'm really excited to finally try it. I also got the setting powder, the pressed one, the under eye pressed setting powder.
Yeah, I did hear good things about that. I did hear good things about the powder. The only thing that I heard that you shouldn't mess with the primer.
Yeah, I tried the primer and I tried the foundation when it came out. Actually, I got the foundation sent through Influencer when it first came out, and I was like one of the first reviews on YouTube. It did not go well on my face.
It didn't?
No, it was the first time I used it. It looked so, it broke up so bad all over my like oily area basically. And then so I did that video and I was just like, first impressions, whatever. And then I used it like 2 more times after that, and it looked so dry on me. I don't know why, because it's supposed to be kind of like serum-y and nice and light and natural. And I just, it did not work for me.
That's horrible.
I know.
Because it looks great on me. It looks like fantastic on my skin.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Like that, like, I am stunned because I love that one. But to be honest, I like the Armani better. I thought that I liked when I ranked my foundations at the time, I thought I liked the Pat McGrath, but it turns out when pressed, if I like which one I'm wearing more often, it's the Armani. Because it's so nice. Like I look like I'm sweating so much right now, but like I'm so sweaty. But yeah, the Armani just like, I don't know. It's like the shade is nicer. It's like warmer, and it just like looks more skin, like healthy skin. Like the Pat looks like my skin, like just chilling, and then the Armani looks like my healthy skin. Like I've drank all of my water and been eating nothing but vegetables and running every day.
Are you talking about, is that the Armani Luminous Silk?
Yes, that Luminous Silk is like my business. I'm like, every time I have it on, like the second I put it on, I just like to walk around my house like that. I'm like, do you have something to say to me? I didn't think so. Luminous Silk. Do you have something to say to me? I didn't think so. Luminous Silk. Luminous Silk. I'm sure my neighbors are tired of me just like randomly shouting Luminous Silk. And skin type, my skin type is combination trending towards oily. I know it just says hi, but they had asked that earlier.
Like, where are you seeing that?
Yes, I've heard that. They've been using the clean canvas from Drug Cosmetics as concealer, and it's just so good. I've heard that too. I haven't tried it. Oh, you wore Luminous Silk for your wedding and reception. It was beautiful. Ooh. I have heard that this is so. I've heard that is so. Ooh. And that is why they are so similar.
I think I've heard that too. So ironically though, I remember trying the Armani Luminous Silk like a long time ago, like a few years ago. And I think I liked it, but I'm not sure. It might have broken me out. I think I thought at the same thing with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, because both of them have alcohol in it. And I think they both broke me out, but I feel like back then I had different skincare than now. So I feel like Millie now, like Millie 2.0, might like the Luminous Silk, you know?
Yeah. It does. Here's the thing. I I do not mind having luminous, glowy ass skin, and I have currently my skin is oily. I do a lot of skincare, a lot of hydrating skincare to help with my sebum production, and so I don't have like problems with lots of oil bursting through like most of my makeup, and then I put on a hydrating primer. So right now I'm wearing the Pat, but if I had on the Armani, same thing. It doesn't. I don't have any issues with it, but I can't say for sure for everyone. But for
Yeah,
me
it's
and
so
my
different.
oily skin, it's fine.
Foundation is such a personal thing. Like
It
anytime I
is.
see people asking for a recommendation, it's so hard. It's so
It
hard.
is. Because the thing was before they were allowing us to let our skin just be skin, and they were like trying to force all of us oily faced hoes to like just dry it all out. Like we looked like we were thirsty. We just looked permanently thirsty, and like we were probably aging ourselves significantly with all the mattifying we were
Yes.
doing. And now when I look at my foundation collection, if you will, almost all of it is comprised of like luminous,
Mm-hmm.
glowy, dewy foundations. And especially once I started figuring out how to like properly care for my oily skin,
Mm-hmm.
that just changed everything. Hey, mama, I'm almost done. I know. But yeah, once I got a handle on that, it was fine. Don't feel rushed.
Hi. Sorry.
You're fine. No, because that's it. Your skincare changes how your foundation
It
works for
does.
you.
Yeah.
So when I started like when I stopped trying to dry out my skin and started hydrating it, my sebum production just got back in check to like its
Mm-hmm.
normal oiliness instead of like producing extra oil because I'm drying it out. So that's where I am. So what is your thing?
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, your next thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, next thing. So this is just a palette I put it in. These are my Bitterleaf Beauty highlighters.
I've heard about these.
I really wanted them, and I kept thinking about him and thinking about him and thinking about him, and then I finally bought them, and I love them so much. I know it's not gonna really translate on camera probably, but these are just so beautiful. They're definitely not natural. They're like supposed to be almost like multi-chromatic. Yeah, this is not gonna get captured.
No,
They're
it like
just so stunning. Like I don't know, they're very shiny. They're a bit glittery, but I really like buff it in, and it's fine.
yeah, that's
And
what I
also,
do.
yeah, also if I spray my face with just like some not setting mist, but just like some like Mac Fix Plus, just to
Yeah.
kind of dampen it and then go in, it's totally fine. So I don't mind it at all if it's a little glittery like in swatching. But these are just really fun colors. There's like this blue one that tints to a purple. Then there's this one which is kind of like a light blue to purple.
Oh my
And
god, I
again,
want
like
them
I
so
really
bad.
wish these would just like show like
Oh,
they show in real life. But and then there's this pink one. This one is really interesting. It's very unique. It's got kind of like almost like a gray base, but it's like a cool toned like periwinkle maybe or lilac, and it has a green shift, and it's so cool. I
you're
went to
like
pick that
ruining
far.
everybody's life out here.
So these are like $20 a pop, but these are big pans, and you could use them as eyeshadows too. However, if you're sensitive to smell, they have a very strong sugar candy scent, kind of like pixie sticks is what it smells like to me, but like
Okay.
amped up like 1,000 times. So when I first got them, they were really strong. Now they've kind of fizzled out a little bit, so they're not as bad. But and if you're sensitive to scents and smells, then you might not like that. But again, it does kind of come off especially if you were to like just leave them out and let them air out, it will kind of make them less. But they're
Because
so
if
nice.
you like when you are for when you are rich toned, those kinds of highlighters look freaking fracking amazing on my skin. I'm like, bam,
Yeah.
bam. I feel like hurting people with the like laser, like my whole facey face.
Yeah.
So these I have to do. It's so weird. I also had highlighters because like I went and grabbed the other one, which were my Kaleidos highlighters. I have the old ones because I didn't know that they were gonna do what they did. Why you do me like that? Why do me like that? Okay. Anyways, so Star Surfer and Ray Rider. Again, when I started to realize like that makeup, like a lot of the photos were lies, I stopped disliking glittery highlighters because I felt like I didn't like them because I just looked ugly. And it's so funny because it always looks, it's on right now. Ooh, I didn't realize that this is magnetic. Okay. It's on right now. And it just like looks white. And then you get it on and it's like got this like pinky tinge to it. I don't know if y'all can see it. So it ends up having this like really nice pinky tinge. And then of course Ray Rider, which I just listen, when I'm in my like mode, again, it is what's weird about these is they all look like they're almost the exact same color when you put them on your finger. And then this one just gives me like ashy, I hate you, but I like it. Like I like having this like bitch streak on my face. That's what I like to call it. It's the bitch streak. Like, and I can't like I have really cool ones from Nomad, but I couldn't use those because I didn't purchase those. So I had to go with what I purchased, and I purchased these, and I love them.
I'm wearing Moon Cruiser actually. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's the blue one.
Ooh, yes. I almost got that one.
Again, that one feels like it's glittery, or like when you swatch it, it's like almost like it's going to be textured. But again, like buffing it out, it just looks so smooth and so nice. Prophecy is amazing. Prophecy is really beautiful.
Bye, Rebecca. Sorry. Yeah, Kaleidos is just, it is my love. It is my life. I'm like, I love you so much. Like, I hate to like be using that person's language, but still, like, that's how I feel. I'm like, I love you so much. Yeah. See, I love their little palettes. Like, I like them, but that is a me thing. Wait, how many more what did we do?
We have 2 each.
Two each left?
Yeah, and I'm cheating.
Okay.
I'm gonna include, I think it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. My Cleona that I bought this year. So not all of these I bought this year, but I bought a bunch this year. There's actually an order on the way. It's been stuck in New York since the 12th, and I'm freaking out. I want it.
I just put in a Cleona order.
Yeah. So these are the vibrant multichromes, and these are just, I love them. These are some of my favorites besides the jeweled ones. And then, so we have some of the like iridescent, like glittery ones, and then these are the just like glittery ones. So they have like a little bit of a color, and then there's some pastel, and there's also the deep iridescent, some of the deeper iridescent shades too. So I didn't buy all of these this year. I bought probably like maybe half in the beginning of the year, but I'm waiting on an order, and I am so excited to add to this. I can't fit anymore.
This is, look, you're causing problems. You're causing problems. Look at what's happening.
It's so
oh my
shiny.
God, it's so shiny and so pretty. Look at what you've done. Oh my God.
One of my favorites, I definitely, every time somebody asks me which shade should I buy, I'm like, what colors do you like? Because it's not simple for me to just recommend something. Like if you don't wear red eyeshadow, I'm not going to recommend a red multichrome, you know? But yes, one of my favorites is Smolder. It's literally like liquid chrome.
Listen, first of all, I'm going to need you to stop. Because now I'm like getting that itch. And I'm like, maybe I need to just go back and look at the website. Just right quick. Y'all.
Like if this apartment set on fire, I would grab it.
You're like grabbing, you're like, let me get my multichromes, baby.
Computer? No. Multichromes? Yes. Yeah. I love my God. Them so much. They're still basically And I have a lot of different multi-chromes. I have some like other deep with the ones that have like the black base, the more jeweled tone ones. I have them, you know, from other brands, and these, like, every time you can see these are just more metallic no matter what brand it is. Though Davina, Aurora Flare are pretty close, but I would say these are just like teensy bit more metallic than those. But those are also really good and definitely more affordable. But
like we're
I need CPR.
Deja, same. I'm over there like, maybe I should just take another little peek, because it turns out that the exchange rate, when it seemed like it was this, then it's different. It is different than I thought it was. It's they're putting it in CAD, not American dollars. Look, everybody's having problems. We're all just like, yes, Emily. Emily is always like, listen, Emily is both the devil and the angel on my shoulder.
Yes.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. Emily right now will go, wait till you get yours to order more. Formulas are different on everyone. Mm-hmm. But also, let me show you these. These are really pretty. I'll swatch them for you if you go. She's like a drug dealer out there. Like, I'll swatch them for you if you want me to. Like, I feel like that's us, like all of us in the beauty community wandering around like, anybody need a swatch? Anybody need a multi-chrome swatch? I got you.
People message me and ask me, hey, like, I have this shade. Do you have a shade that's similar? Do you know a shade that's similar to it? And I'll go and I'll be like, let me check, because I love swatching them, and I love just like figuring it out and being like, okay, I got you. Like, this one is similar. You don't need it or whatever. So I love that part. I love that people message me and ask me.
Deja over here, me to Cleota, you gonna make me act up. Oh, she just wants to watch. Like, could you imagine us? Elisa's over here. No one's getting presents this year but me. I deserve all the multi-crowns. Same. I don't know if you. I am sorry, Cecily. So Kristen said I'm about to stimulate the Canadian economy. Like, we're having difficulties. So here is my next one. It's not as exciting as those, because I just wanted, like, my last one is my cheat, and it is my Kosas bronzer. This bronzer, it's a red. It's a red, and here's the thing: I love a red bronzer, specifically because of the fact that a lot of foundation for rich tones is neutral and flat, and when you add the red in, the like red tone, it just makes you like look warm and full of life and gorgeous and beautiful, and I'm about that life. So this is one of my favorite things. This is the favorite bronzer that I purchased this year. I love it with my entire heart. I really feel like I love my Prime Beauty ones as well, but they're just a little flat. I wish that they had the shimmer that this one has. This one has just like a little bit of shimmer.
Ooh.
But like, I really like this closest one, and I forgot how much I loved it until I pulled it back out, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, hello, how are you so pretty? How am I so pretty?"
Does the shimmer translate on the face, or does it kind of just?
It kind of like, it dies down. It just like makes your face. It's not like shimmery. It just like kind of has like a reflect. So it's not like, yeah. It looks shimmery in there, and like once you get it on your face, it just like gives a little bit of reflex, so you look like. Allie, it is deep. It is warm dark bronze for Allie. Let's see if it even shows up here to where you can see it, because this camera is a hateful piece of shit when I put things right into its face. All right, the last thing that made you excited, that you're so happy that you bought this year?
I feel like I should have left Cleona for last, but I'm cheating again, and I'm including just like a bunch of bundle orders. For one brand, okay, it counts. And this is my Terra Moons. So I apologize, everyone, but I'm about to flash you with some more.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. We ain't mad.
So in particular, though, I think they're iridescent multi-chromes. You definitely won't be able to see it because
Yeah,
you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a tint.
I can see
These
them.
are just so stunning. They're very similar to some of the shades from Cleona, though, which I will be doing like a comparison once I get my order, if that will ever happen.
Like
But
in
basically,
2077.
I love these. These are so beautiful. I have a dent in a red giant. This is definitely, this one is super strong. I know this one's going to translate. Oh, no, it's not. Of course it's not. I said it. And there we go. This one is my favorite.
I saw you playing with it the other day and I was like, no.
I've put it all over my face and taken pictures because I love it so much. And then this one has a dent in it because I used it for my my multi-chrome robot look. So this one's got a pretty big dent in it.
I loved that, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That was so much fun. I really didn't want to take it off. So this one looks purple and blue to me when I'm looking at it. And then in the screen, it looks like greenish gold. That one is called Space Baby. So I love these. They also have their versions, basically kind of like vibrant multi-chromes, but not Cleona, but they're like have their own. I think they're called, I don't think they're called vibrant. I don't remember what they're called, but they're not really like multi-chromy. I would say out of all of them, Moontide is definitely the one that has like the most dimension, but the rest of them are not really like that multi-chromatic. But this one has like a purple and a blue, but again, it's not really showing that on this camera.
I see the purple.
Yeah, and then it's I love the shimmers, but I also got their pastels and the neons. Now the pastels, I just have them in this palette. They're not my favorite. They're really like, I feel like there's different scales of pastel, and these are on the very, very, very pastel side. So I find that the shade, for example, Libra, it like even barely shows up on my skin tone. Okay.
So sorry. I can hear him.
The neons are really, really nice. I really like them, and I like that they're pressed because I'm not messing with any loose neon pigments. Just no thank you. So out of all of these, I would recommend getting the neons versus the pastels. The pastels, like I said, not my favorite, just in general, but I really like the neons and the shimmer shadows.
Now we can all listen to Bo drink. I'm so sorry. They're so pretty. Like you have like a whole world of bright, pretty, like shimmery goodness.
Yes, I just want to like bathe in them.
That is your dying wish. Like, I want you to make sure you paint my entire body in all of my multi-chrome.
One day, if I ever reach like 100K subscribers, maybe I'll do it.
Yes, right? Like I'm going to paint my entire body in multi-chromes. 100K celebration. Like I'm painting my body in multi-chrome.
Yes.
So that is the thing. My last thing is literally like all of my single shadows. I know I cheated, but I bought all of them this year. And like these are my Terra Moon, like the Terra Moon's Cosmic Chameleons. These are my Divinas. I think these are all the Give Me Glows I purchased this year. Like, even though they're in trouble, I still use like, because I like their matte formula. I don't know if everybody else does, but I do. And I like to play with their shimmers, especially this one. Ugh.
They're
like, I like how it's like thick and chunky and like, So sorry. I'm going to be making gross noises for the next couple of seconds or minutes here because like this shade would, because it looks white and then it's like this gorgeous reflective gold. And like when you see it in your side, it looks like silvery, but it's gold and blue.
Is it called Halo?
I think so.
That
like
one
a
is
whole
so
like turns me into like I'm just like so then like I start drooling on people. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then the other one, I do have a few that I pulled out of here because I made a palette, but Then I have my Dandelions Cosmetics and then all my JD Glows right here. So it's just like, I've got to put them back in. I have a very particular, like, I have to keep all the brands together because otherwise
me
it's very
too.
irritating for me. Because I don't like getting confused. Because if I don't remember the shade, at least I know what brand it is. I'm just like, it's this brand. And like a lot of times I'll just go on their website and just look because I don't want to upset the delicate balance that is in here, like all the prettiness. So it's like, and then the thing is, there is like today I actually have like a few of these shades on my eyes. And then my favorite orange is like a tie between this one and this one. But I really like this one. It's like Volcano, and I can't remember what the other one's called, but like, ugh. They like, because I love orange eyeshadow. I love all the different ways that you can make orange like be your friend. And so it's just like these together just give me like life. I'm like, I'm a superhero. So I am looking forward to all the new single shadows that come into my life by gift or by hook or by crook. Wait, that's it. For a second, I was like, yes, Emily? That's the shade name. The shade name is Bestie. So that is it. I think that is everything that we have, y'all. Yeah. I would normally stay and hang out, but I have to take this guy to do his TTs. And then I also have to go do some family stuff right quick. So Orangey glad she swatched. I love that, Sharon. So once again, if you have not yet, please make sure you have liked the stream and all that good stuff. And then also, yes, do please make sure you go head on over to Millie's channel. Everything is linked in the description below. Go over there. If you are fiending right now for some swatch love, like you will be fine. Like she's got you covered. You will be taken care of. So I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on and sharing Gothmas with me. Before you leave, though, what's one holiday wish you have for the year?
Wait, sorry, what was it? What is my
one holiday wish?
One holiday wish? Oh my!
It doesn't have to be like for the world. It doesn't have to be for the world. It can be selfish. Who cares?
Okay. Okay. I want more bunnies.
Oh, I want that for you. I want you to have more bunnies.
One is not enough.
Y'all, let's put that out into the universe that Millie gets more bunnies because they're so cute. All right, well, thank you so much for being here.
Me. It was so fun.
It really was. We need to do this again.
I know, we do. Next
year. All right,
year.
Yes, next year, definitely more than just waiting for Gothmas, BT dubs. And yes. For all of you, you know the deal. It costs $0 to be kind. It's so good for your soul. Because if you're not, Krampus is coming for yours. Bye, y'all.